Hi, Gospel Guitars here, and if you have one of these old 1996 Digitech Studio Quad units without the V2 right here, then you have a version 1, and I am going to show you how to upgrade it to a V2 by replacing the EPROM chip inside the machine. Okay, now there's 2 screws on each end of the unit, and you need to remove this one in the very middle. This is a number 8, kind of a star attachment that works real well for removing these. Your standard guitar hex stuff doesn't work. So, upon a quick look here, and I would say make sure that you touch the steel or you're wearing a anti-static band, because doing work like this is just like working in your computer. You don't want to fry your chips. So you don't want to be charged electrically and then put your fingers on chips, because they don't like that too much. And if you're unlucky, you'll fry it. Static electricity has a lot of voltage for these tender little guys. So the chip is right here, and it's marked as, let me check, see if you can see it. Let me zoom in. So as you can see, the chip that's installed has the version 1.01 Studio Quad. So that chip's going to get pulled. And I will post the link to where you can buy the new Studio Quad chip that will be placed into it. And when you do this, you want to make sure that it's oriented in the same way. There's a little notch at one end, which should be on your left. So when you install the new one, plus it's also written in the same direction. So let's get that guy out of there. I don't have a chip puller, but if you have these little fine, flat screwdrivers, then that should work. Okay, once you finally pop the guy out of there, you're left with this. And I'd recommend saving the old chip just in case you need it, or maybe you can sell it. I always save my old chips just for backups. But, I mean, because like, who's going to want to buy the version 1, right? So the next step is to take the new chip. Again, make sure you have it oriented the right way, and then you just press it into place. Move this stuff around so it makes sense to you here. You want to be careful to line up everything just right and not bend pins the wrong way. Whoops, that was the other plastic thing. And there you have it. The install's finished. That's it for the actual install. You want to check your pins, make sure everything's in there properly. It should be seated evenly. All along the bottom here. Check all your pins all the way around. Make sure both ends are nice. They should be nice and seated, not one end sticking up. And remember, once you're done, you should be able to read it from the front. So now, let's put the cover back on. Okay, instead of putting the cover back on, what I decided to do was to go ahead and plug it in and to do a factory reset. That's the next step. So if there's something wrong with the chip that's shipped, I can always put the other one back in without taking it apart again. So the way you do that is you want to push number 1 and power on at the same time. And an asterisk is here on the Digitech, on the word D. The D is now an asterisk and it says version 2. I push program and now it is resetting to version 2, and it seems that the new chip works just fine. And there's 180. Is that showing up on video? I sure hope so. There's normally 100. In the original is 100, and once you get this installed, you get 100. You get 80 new presets, and you also get a couple new things along with it. You get a compressor. You get a smooth pitch shifter. I think there were 7 or 8 different effects that you have with the new chip. And you can also download the instructions for the Studio Quad V2, which will give you a list of all of these new settings. And I will get a link to that as well, I hope, on the website where I found it. You can do a search online and find the manual. They're all over the place. But if I can, I'll grab one and link it in the video. So that's it. All I have to do now is put the cover back on, and now when you do this, obviously you're going to lose anything that you already pre-programmed into the system on your V1 chip, so you're going to want to save those through your MIDI SysEx and back it up to your MIDI library on your computer, and that should be able to just reload right back in where you had them with the new system. So you're going to lose all the work if you did anything. I just got my hands on this one, so I haven't done anything drastic in the programming, so I didn't need to back it up. But that's it. That's all you need to do. And now it is a Studio Quad V2 that looks like a V1, but it's a V2 now. Everything else in the system is identical to the V2. So all they did was did some upgrades to the chip. And again, I will post a link to buying the chip. It'll cost you 14 pounds or just a little over $30 US. And it comes from the UK somewhere. It's the Circuit Benders in the UK. So circuitbenders.com is where you can go, and I'll put a link. Thanks for watching. Hope that you found it helpful. And don't forget to subscribe and like and favorite the videos. Until next time, Gospel Guitarist, I'm out of here.